How you doing? 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 My name is Sam, and you can call me Hiker Kevin. We're in the middle of a lake effect snowstorm here in Northeast Ohio. We've gotten about 6 inches so far today, and we're due for another 6 to 8 inches over the next 12 hours. It's almost dark right now. Tonight, we're gonna simulate a survival situation using a Temu Mylar survival blanket. I'm already frozen. Really not looking forward to this. Let's get going. I might actually fall doing this too. Woo! So the story here goes, again, my name is Hiker Kevin. Nice to meet me. Coming out here after work for a nice hike. Maybe try and catch a couple steelhead here on the good old Cuyahoga River. It's currently 25 degrees and dropping and will be significantly colder tonight, included with this lake effect snowstorm that we're currently in. I'm gonna simulate a leg injury to where I can't rescue myself and don't have any cell phone service. The goal tonight is just to stay out here with this survival blanket and pillow as long as possible. There's only 2 ways that I'm getting out of here tonight. A, I decide to leave because I absolutely can't take it anymore, and in reality that would be a simulation that I died out here of being exposed. Or rescue. If somebody actually comes down here anytime while I'm shooting this video, I'm gonna consider that a rescue, because if this were a real survival situation and somebody did come, this is snow, and somebody did come strolling right on down here, I would be rescued. So either I die or I'm rescued. All right, let's get injured. This is gonna suck really bad.
I'm falling down the stairs. I need help.
The ambulance.
Daddy! All right, we're injured and covered in snow. That's realistic. No one can hear me scream. Let's just assume now that I'm on the ground at the bottom of this steep embankment. Okay, for the sake of argument, we're just gonna pretend my cell phone broke. Oops. I shouldn't have done that. That was really stupid, but realistic. The phone had to have been broken, so now it's just covered in snow. I think I've got some fishing tackle in here. Fishing rod, no help. I've got my hiking stick, which if a small rodent comes close enough to where I can actually do something to, you know, you squirrel! Probably gonna be useless. I've had a broken leg for like less than 5 minutes. I'm already covered in snow and freezing, but this is what would happen if I was in a real survival situation. We've got the Temu bivy sack. Emergency bivy for outdoor survival use. It's also got a whistle on here, I suppose I just saw now too. Do you know my daddy? And then they also had the emergency survival pillow. It's inflatable. It's also orange as well. So other than that, all I have in here is a pair of gloves, because I knew it was going to be snowing when I came out here to fish. I'm already really cold. Then I've got 1 Nalgene full of water and a bag of beef jerky that I haven't opened yet. Small little bag. That's all I have. I'm almost at the river's edge. This is a terribly steep embankment on both sides. I'm not going anywhere crawling, that's for sure. I say crawling because, again, we're assuming and pretending I have a broken leg, so I'm not getting up and walking on this. My fibula and tibia, all that, are shattered into 7 or 8 pieces. I'm also at the bottom of this hill, so there's no way I'm crawling myself up that. It's covered in ice and snow, and then even just to get to the top of that, then back to civilization, let's assume it's like a mile or 2 at least. I'm not crawling out of here on my own, so I'm basically stuck in this position, basically stuck right here against these rocks on the side of this hill in this snowstorm. I really hope somebody shows up and rescues me, and or if like the park rangers or the police show up and say they heard someone screaming daddy. Actually, that probably wouldn't be good. That would not be good, but it would make for great video. My labia and tibia are broken in 8 pieces and my leg is immobile, so I'm not going anywhere. I know I'm like trying to keep this like very realistic, but on a real like note, like me not in character right now, I'm very, very cold. This is the coldest day we've had in Cleveland, Ohio so far this year. Like I said, with the wind chill, it's in the teens, and once that sun goes down, it's gonna be extremely cold out here. If I make it 4, 5, 6 hours, I'll be honestly shocked. So literally right now, I'm just sitting in the snow. I can't move. My tibia is broken. Everything's broken. I'm very, very wet. This heavy wool jacket is wet on the outside, and when it starts to crust, it kind of you know, doesn't pull the heat from me, but it, you know, you feel the cold through it because it's soaking wet. Keeps you warm, but my pants are pretty wet because Kevin took a tumble down the hill. I'm wearing calf-high boots and wool socks because that's what I would normally wear going out on a mission like this. So I can pull my pant legs down over my boots, keep myself a little warmer, but yeah, Kevin is all moist right now. If I actually had a broken labia right now, I would not be this calm, cool, collected, and explanatory to you. I would also not be filming a video for my YouTube channel, but I'd probably be in shock. I might be bleeding. I could be unconscious. There are definitely several factors that are 100% certain would not make this real life situation as calm, cool, and collected as we are right now. For the sake of argument, I really have nothing to help myself because in a real life situation, all I would have is my fishing gear, a snack, and some water, because the assumption would be I'm gonna go fish for a few hours and then hike back to my car and go home. No joke, I'm already freezing, so let's open this up. So again, this is from Temu. It's the emergency bivvy for outdoor survival use. Very, very small and compact and fits in my bag. So this is the Mylar blanket. This is basically the exact same thing. No words on the packaging though, but it's an inflatable emergency pillow. So both of these fit in my pack nicely between the two of them. They probably don't even weigh a pound combined. I mean, super lightweight. All right, so this thing's actually a lot like longer than I thought. I mean, I'm not 6 foot. This thing's like over 6 feet long. It's gotta be, because I'm like 5'9" and change, and it's longer than me, so. Ooh. So one thing I noticed right away, it's very big, and if someone was actually looking for me via helicopter or search and rescue, it's definitely nice that it's orange and very big. So basically, it's like a sleeping bag. Yeah, it's like 6 feet long. I'm already wet. And I'm not gonna take my boots or anything off, but I guess let's get in here. So I'm soaked, my hands are soaked, my pants are soaked. Not good. So what you guys don't realize is that as time passes, I'm setting up shots and thinking about things to do next. So I've actually already been out here an hour and I am frozen. I'm really, really, really cold. I'm wet. Luckily I'm not moving around, so I didn't like sweat. I didn't like overheat, then cool down. I came from my car, I hiked all the way down here, started setting up shots, started doing all of that. So I didn't really put myself in any kind of like exertion mode, but even just being out here and being still, I'm really, 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 really cold. So I hope this thing actually works. I know I'm moving my leg. It's my right leg. It's broken. My labia is plastied and all that, but I'm doing the best I can. All right, so my feet are at the bottom, okay? And that's not good. I kind of like pulled a little too hard, and I don't think I ripped a hole in it, but I definitely serrated it pretty good. So, oh, I'm sledding down the hill because it's like a sled. That's real. That just happened. You watched me slide into the camera. Survival situation. What would Bear Grylls do right now? Oh, my leg! See, I'm sliding again. This thing's hard to move around in. But yeah, see, I'm just sliding all over the place. If I move my arm, I'm going. See ya. If I slide any further, I'm right at the flat edge now. If I go another 3 inches, I'm sliding into the river. And that would be if I was really surviving, that would be death. If I got wet. Well, actually like wet. I'm trying not to climb out of this because I don't want to rip it and get in and out and stretch it out, but I need to get back to my spot. God, my hands are so cold and frozen. Everything's wet. Literally, everything's wet. Literally, I'm not even like survival joking. Everything's soaking wet. My fingers are frozen. I'm in the sleeping bag. Initial impressions after being in here for, you know, the last 10 minutes or so. That's another thing, is like 15 seconds of video time is like 10 minutes for me. I feel like 95% as cold through the ground as I did before. Noticeably less cold by like a slim margin, but still, as I'm sitting here right now, very, very, very cold. It's making almost no difference, but making enough of a difference that I notice it. And that could also be like cerebral, you know, mind over matter, because nobody is surviving the night in this thing. No way. Absolutely not. So I also need to take into account that I have this pillow. So we're gonna blow this up. I'm gonna have to lay down at some point. I can't just sit up all night. It's actually way bigger than I thought. So talking, there's my head. And it's, how do you inflate it? It's hard to plug, especially because my hands are frozen. Holy. We're in this blanket. I'm gonna get actually up in here. We're gonna scurry a little bit. And then I got this pillow. So I don't want to get my hat wet, but this pillow's really comfortable. I'm definitely keeping this in my camping gear, especially for like 79 cents or whatever it cost. This blanket is essentially worthless. Like, I feel the ground cold just coming right in. Now that my whole body's in here, I feel like the temperature inside of it went up a little bit, but just what's radiating from the ground, because I'm obviously on the ground, and 90% of the time this would be used in a situation like this, you would be on the ground. And if it was summertime and hot out, you wouldn't need the blanket, so you're gonna always be on cold ground, I'm assuming. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think this thing is worthy of saying it's survivable. All right, this keeps wanting me to slide, and that's not, this is not applicable to making a YouTube video. I'm really, really frozen. Really, really cold. I'm starting to get the shivers now. The crappy part also is between filming all these clips, I'm actually just stuck sitting out here doing this. So yeah, fun. All right, well, there's not much daylight left. I'm actually just gonna straight up just try and lay down for a bit and see what that does for me. So this is very uncomfortable. It's very, very cold. My feet are frozen, my body's frozen. Especially the back side of me, because I've been sitting literally pretty much nonstop for a long time now. So I'm gonna lay down for a bit and actually simulate what that might feel like, because I've been out here, my leg is injured. All I can really do is lay down and wait to be rescued. I'm not going anywhere. I can't call anybody. All I can do is literally stay exactly where I am. This thing is not warm at all, and I'm starting to slide again. No, no. No. Okay, I'm stopped right here. I guess I'll, no. Just gonna lay here for 10 minutes straight and see exactly what it does to me. All right. Okay. I'm literally frozen. I had to get up to move the camera again. My pants and jacket have the wetness crunchies now. If you're a snowboarder or a skier, you know that after you've been riding all day, you fall on your butt a few times, things get wet. Literally, I got the shakes, I'm frozen. This thing's not doing anything at all. Literally nothing at all. Like, when I get my hands in there and when I lay down and put my head in there with the pillow, it's nice to, sorry, I can't talk with this neck gaiter on, but it's nice to pull over my face. You can see how cold I already am. I've got the shivers. I can't even like think straight. I'm so cold. My body's shaking. When I get my hands in there out of the wind, even with the gloves on, you know, they're still cold because it's just windy and everything's wet. My hands are soaked, my pants are soaked. So like I said, getting everything out of the cold air into the bag is nice. It's a little bit of a shelter, but everything is still wet and cold. So it helps, but it's not survival-esque. There's no earthly way it's possible. If it was 50 degrees plus out, you probably would not die if you were left out in the woods one night. I've slept under a canoe. I've slept under tarps, on top of tarps. In a situation where you're gonna need a survival blanket like this, obviously the ground's gonna be cold. Probably a decent chance, more often than not, it's gonna be wet. Good chance in those situations you're already going to be wet and cold as well. So this is not at all conducive to survival. I'm like curled up with my knees almost to my chest, except I'm sitting on this hill. I know I have a broken labia, but I am simulating having a partially broken labia. I'm frozen, so I'm gonna hang out here as long as I humanly possibly can, and we'll see how crappy I actually begin to feel. Knowing that I'm actually out here and that people actually are in survival situations like this, I do not recommend trying to make it through the night with one of these. I'm wearing everything that I would normally be wearing, so if you want to make a video where you're actually trying to spend the entire night, wear your snowsuit, wear all your crazy gear and whatnot, but do not solely rely on what I'm doing, which is, hey, I was out here, I have one of these in case I get hurt, I'm pretending I got hurt, and let's see how long I can last, because right now, it's only been a couple hours, and I can promise you that there is absolutely no earthly way this would get me through the night, especially with this snowstorm. Kind of paused with the snow for a little bit, but another huge band is coming, and it's going to drop into the single digits tonight. If I'm already in this bad of shape, fake and real, if I'm already in this bad of shape prior to, 10, 11, midnight, 1, 2, 4, 5 a.m., absolutely no way I'm making it through the night. Hypothermia will probably kill me before midnight. Oh, see, I'm sliding again. No! I just went into the river. Oh my God. So I literally just slid down the hill into the river. The river's right there. And I got about waist deep and stood up and stayed completely dry. So that really just happened. Here, I'll show you. I'm out of the bag right now. I fixed my labia while I was down there. I'm so frozen. I just slid right over there, right into the water. I was on my side for about 5 seconds, and I just wanted to make sure that I hit the ground. I rolled over, grabbed a rock, and stood up while I was still in the bag and stayed completely dry. So that is a huge, huge bonus. I don't know how much longer I can do this. So one thing I just noticed too is this isn't even just from sliding, this is just where I've been sitting. There's tons of tiny micro tears in this bag already, like everywhere. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then there was another big one I just saw. And then right there at the top, this thing's pretty well destroyed. This thing is completely trashed. There's absolutely no way on earth this would pass as a survival, get you through the night kind of thing. I'm already cold, I'm already wet, I have a broken labia. Absolutely no way on earth this thing is getting you through the night. So do not try this. Do not try this. Do not try to make it through the night. I can promise you for sure, please do not try that. It was a cool gimmicky idea. I wanted to wait until we had a severe snowstorm. I've been holding on to that for a while and holding on to this idea for a while. My body's shaking so bad that it's hard to breathe. It's starting to snow again pretty good. And just based on how I was feeling at the point where I decided to get up and leave, if this was a real survival situation, I would be completely toast. Absolutely completely toast. My hands are frozen to where frostbite would 100% be a factor. If I somehow survived through the night, my hands would be gone for sure. The wind is blowing right in my face and it's snowing really good. I just want to get back to my truck. As soon as I was getting back within like 100 yards of the truck, it started to snow again, just as hard as it was when I got here and was driving up here. And I'm immediately thinking this was just dumb. If after a little over 3 hours I gave up, how would somebody possibly survive through the night? You're telling me someone's gonna survive 12 more hours and then still have to somehow be rescued the next day? Just does not It's not going to happen. There's absolutely no way. I appreciate all of you watching. Please don't do anything stupid just for YouTube. I mean, this was a cool little experiment that I wanted to try, but in the back of my mind, I kind of thought that there's no earthly way I'll be able to make it through the night in this snowstorm. As I was watching the snowfall today and watching the weather forecast prior to leaving to come out and shoot the video, I'm like, this is going to be a dandy. Please subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. I have a couple really cool videos on the way, stuff I've already shot, and a couple really cool things to shoot. So if you're new here, please stick around. And thank you to everybody that's been here. Much love to all of you. Much love to all of you, and we will see you on the next one.